We are here at the LIFT conference in Geneva, and here are some Swiss startups as well. Well, Swiss-German startup, I would call it right now. You are Adrian Locher, and you're doing smaboo, right? What is smaboo?
smaboo is about ambassador marketing. We're doing ambassador marketing campaigns for companies like Facebook in Germany, like Microsoft, Debitel, and the main part of an ambassador campaign is word of mouth effects we're generating.
So how do you generate that word of mouth effects?
We recruit the right people, and we generate the contents for them in the online and offline world.
Could you illustrate it through a concrete example?
Yeah, concrete example is our Facebook campaign we did for Facebook Germany. Which was 2 months. We recruited 200 people out of 3,000 applicants, and they did things like old school photo tagging. We're inviting old school friends, and they invited family members. They went to parties with Facebook shirts. We did offline events where we invited Mark Zuckerberg to speak in front of the ambassadors and university students. So it's a lot of connecting the online and the offline world.
Okay, so were the people did we give money for them, or how did you manage to get all the people so enthusiastic about it?
It's different from campaign to campaign. Normally we pay ambassadors, but we pay them not on a monthly fixed base, but on a performance base. So ambassadors are documenting their actions, which can be online or offline, and we do have a campaign manager that is ranking those actions with the 5-star system. And at the end of the month, there is a fixed campaign budget that is rolled out on those documented and reviewed actions. And it's sometimes even non-monetary incentives. For example, for Facebook, it was more non-monetary incentives, as there was a competition every week who has invited the most people, and the winner was winning an iPhone or Nintendo Wii or whatever. And we as well do a Facebook party in Munich now, where there are free drinks and VIP lounge for the ambassadors. And there's as well a trip for the 5 best ambassadors that now are flying to Palo Alto, and they spend their week in Silicon Valley and meet up with some Silicon Valley people, even Mark Zuckerberg.
So what would you say, for which kind of companies would you recommend your services?
It's for companies with strong brands, companies that like to broaden their target groups, but mainly for a company with already strong brands, because our job is to find the people that are already convinced of a company, of a service, of a brand, and we then activate them to be ambassadors. So it's hard to get into markets with an ambassador program. It works, as we have shown with Facebook, because Facebook was, when we began with the campaign, pretty weak in Germany, and it's now growing. Of course, not everything because of our campaign, but there was a significant effect of our campaign. So mainly big companies with big brands.
Okay. How did you come to to build up an agency for that? What's your personal background?
My personal background is not at all marketing. I studied business economics in St. Gallen, and the first company I founded was a software company which is doing internet applications. It's based in Zurich. So my background is not really marketing, so it was kind of an accident that I ended up in marketing. I met a friend who was doing consulting work for sales and marketing, and we sat together and we brainstormed and then generated some ideas, and one of them was what ended up in smaboo.
Okay. And why did you change to Berlin?
Berlin for us is a fantastic city because it has lots of creative people. It has lots of hungry people that wanna challenge something and then really wanna build up something.
And it's cheap, huh?
It's cheap, yeah. The total living costs are compared to other cities as Hamburg or Munich are way cheaper, and rental is cheaper of office space. So there's a lot of
The human resources are more cheaper, right?
Right, and there are more. It's just a huge potential because there's lots of people coming to Berlin when they want to work for startups. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, kind of.
Okay. You mentioned before that you're financed. So tell me a little bit about the financing round and why it was necessary for an agency to receive some investments.
Our core vision is not agency-based work. We do agency-based work right now because we're in the very young market, and we have to help to build up that market. Our core vision, but lies beneath. Our vision is to provide our tools and our methods as software as a service to companies and agencies to manage themselves their own ambassador programs. But since the word of mouth and ambassador topic is I would compare it to online marketing 6 or 7 years ago. Everyone was talking about, but no one really knew anything about, and it's nothing really you have no standards. That's what I wanted to say, and there it's pretty hard to set up a system. So what we do right now is lots of agency work, which is quite fine because this is another source for funding, because we charge man days for the companies we work for. So of course this is not scalable, but it's a good source of funding. And the other funding round we made was just to ramp up the whole thing. It was the second finance round, because the first one we did on our own, my business partner Christoph and I. Yeah, and then it was necessary just to get it running for the first 12 to 18 months.
Okay, so who are your investors then?
Sorry?
Who are your investors?
We're not communicating our investors since it's mostly family and friends.
Okay. As you are now the expert for word of mouth, what would you recommend for people out there who want to create viral effects for their startup?
Sorry, again, the question.
The question is, you are now the expert, you have a lot of experience with word of mouth, propaganda or marketing, so what would you recommend for startups out there who wish to create viral effects?
Yeah, you have to find your best users. You have to find your key users and use them to communicate within their friends. So communication that runs between friends is the most powerful tool, and this is a tool you can use almost for free if you're doing it right. If you have messages that have the potential to spread, and if you're able to set incentives for your best users to recruit new ones, there's a high potential in that, even for startups.
Okay, so you recommend them to really get in contact with their heavy users and look how they could become more closer to them and how they could activate them, right?
Yes, you should make your heavy users part of your marketing strategy.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for your insights, and yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.